Hello, right. This is Pete from Amnplify Exposed, and I'm here with the wonderful Krissy Sanfead.
Hey Pete, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Now, I had the real privilege of shooting your show when you launched the band Parabelum a couple of weeks ago.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much for
Yeah.
coming down to do
Yeah.
that.
Oh, it was a great night. Absolutely brilliant. A couple of good supports as well, but you guys are absolutely on fire. Now,
Thank
am I right
you.
in thinking you guys are a little bit of a Perth supergroup?
I suppose you could say that in a way. Yeah, got the guys from Power Slave there, and myself and Sean from Tears of Venom.
Cool. And it was a great night. We got photos of all of them there, and you'll see these very shortly because you haven't seen these yet, have you?
No,
All right.
I'm excited.
What we're after
Been
here is
patiently waiting.
we've been waiting for you to see these photographs so that you can sort of give us a little bit of feedback. Because what we're after here is, as a performer, what do you want from a music photographer? What appeals to you? What are you after? And what are you looking for? Because we've got our ideas, So as photographic artists, but as the musician, the people in front of the camera, we want to know what you need and what you like and what you need in the future. Just very quickly, just tell us a little bit about yourself. How long have you been playing guitar?
Guitar, I have been playing for 20 years now.
Yeah.
Just probably, or maybe even to the day. I know I started around August, 20 years ago. So, yeah, be close. So yeah, I've been playing a bit of a mix of original bands and also a bit of covers, tribute. Also pretty wide across genres. I've played in a lot of sort of hard rock, heavy metal bands, but I've also done a bit of session work with some more pop sort of jazz sort of genres as well in the past, which has been really, really diverse and interesting, and also leads to different, exposure and different scenes. I've also done I did a touring production of Jesus Christ Superstar as a musical, which was also really good fun.
Yeah. Fantastic. Now we can't really get past because you're the lead guitarist in sort of probably Perth's best AC/DC tribute band, Ball Burger. Because that's where most people probably know you from. How did that start? Where did that come from?
That was actually put together by Mal Osborne, who at the time was the guitarist from Hell's Bells. And he had this idea that he wanted to sort of cherry pick some female musicians that he'd been working with in the Perth local scene for quite some time. And he did it with the vision, knowing how well we'd all get along. And he absolutely nailed it. We've got such a good bond with those girls. I think we've been together like 7 years now, which is
Wow.
by far the longest any band I've been in. And we catch up, socially a couple of times a year as well. And it's always a lot of laughs. we have so much fun doing it.
I mean, there's got to be a million AC/DC tributes out there, but I mean,
There is.
the times I've seen you a few times now, and you absolutely nail it every time. It's brilliant. It's probably the best one out there as far as I'm concerned.
Thank you, thank you. What I like to try and what we try and do on stage as well is we're genuinely having fun, and I feel with the feedback I've got, that's quite contagious at times as well. And it's not like, I don't want to say like we don't take it seriously, but it's like we don't take ourselves too seriously, and I think that's a little bit of what Angus is about anyway. He's not a very serious lad. He likes the odd tongue in cheek kind of joke, and so hopefully that comes across.
Well, we may as well. Talking of Parabellum, so you've got Jake on drums.
Yes.
Yeah, there's Sean Savage on bass and Mick Vinnie, who is an incredible vocalist. I think I first saw him in Power Slave, the Iron Maiden tribute band. I was just blown away by his voice. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's such a good mix on so many levels. Like they're all just superb musicians, and what's best is that they're superb people to go with it as well. It makes being in a band very enjoyable.
Yeah. Now your first single came out just last month, wasn't it?
Yes. Yeah. 13th of August.
That was yeah. So that's up on YouTube now. We'll put a link to this. But see if I can just bring this up because I've got a very quick little clip of it just for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. So let me just bring this up. There we go. And let's see if I can.
Whoa, whoa. No longer held back, no longer in pain. Rise above the shadow, break free from the night.
That's
It was 16 takes, in case you were curious.
well, I mean, obviously, darkness to light. You got the night shots and the day shots, and that was great. It looks like you were having a huge amount of fun.
Yeah, the first thing my dad said when he saw it was like, "But you've gone from light to dark."
Yeah. So anyway, we had the launch show for the band almost 2 weeks ago now. It's taken us this long to catch up, so sorry about that.
That's all right. I've been very buried in university studies. So
What are you
I'll
studying?
quit.
Yeah.
I'm studying occupational therapy
Nice, excellent.
and also doing honours for upper limb therapy for people with Parkinson's disease. So full on.
I'll tell you, I mean, I've had experience of occupational therapists, and I just want to know where you guys get your superhero capes from. I mean, the work you do is incredible.
Thank you.
I can tell you a lot of family story, but we won't go there.
No, not the place.
Anyway, let me bring up a couple of the shots. Where are we? Okay, and this should work. There we go. Right. So,
Oh, brilliant.
so this is you on stage here. Okay. So really, as a musician, as a guitarist, what are you looking for in a photograph?
This is pretty good. I love how you've got like a good. I love red and blue together. It kind of reminds me a bit of Terminator, which we did start with. So yeah, I love that, and just having the light on me, and I love how I'm smiling in this one. Don't get too many. A lot of the time, it's just there's just hair.
Oh, we got a few shots of hair. Don't worry.
Yeah, yeah. I get my fair share of those. Yeah, it's nice and crisp. Really beautiful depth of field. It looks fantastic.
I mean, what I'm looking for as a photographer is to sort of try and capture the moment, sort of capture you on stage, something which is sort of going to convey being there in some ways. But it's very much environmental portraiture. As I think it was Ansel Adams, the great photographer, was the one that sort of coined that phrase. But to show the artists in their environment, and the one thing that struck me so much, and you'll see this as we go through some of the photographs, was just the sheer look of bliss on your face.
Thank you. A few people did comment that I was very happy in that gig, and I was. It was a lot of stress to pull it together, but I think when you are doing an original band and you're surrounded by so many friends and family, it just means it just hits on a whole different level.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. Like I can play in front of a few thousand people with ball break, and like I have so much fun. But when it's your actual original band and you've put so much work behind it, it means a lot more in a way.
I mean, we had a quick catch up just before the gig, and I could see that you were, shall we say, focused. Yeah,
Very stressed. That was the nice way to put it.
Yeah. All right, let's have a look at a couple more of these. There we go. So there we go.
Oh, we could.
And yeah.
Oh yeah, there's the hair.
The hair there. Now, what I liked about the shot was I managed to catch the backlight there. So
yeah, that looks amazing. It looks like I'm on fire.
okay. Well,
that's brilliant.
Okay. Now,
Sean's gonna love that.
Yeah. I mean,
that's
he was
a
great.
bass.
String bass.
Sorry, yeah, 6 strings.
Yeah. So, yeah, and he was great. I mean, he's just held us together all night. So, the bass being the drive, the basically the canvas in which you paint upon in so many ways as a band.
Yeah, and I feel like he's got such a thunderous bass tone, and I feel like it's one of those you had to make the decision: do we get another guitarist or not? And the decision was to not get another guitarist, and it was more just because I felt like we had a really, really good dynamic between the four of us, and not that a fifth person would necessarily change that, but as soon as you're putting another person in the picture, that's another person's availability that you've got to fit in and all those kind of things. So I kind of like the fact that Sean's got that 6-string bass. It really does give a full sort of bottom end sound. So I feel like we don't lack the second guitar too much, and the fact that we've got some keys in there as well. I was like, I reckon we can run with this setup.
Cool. Right. Let's And there's Mick looking very.
Oh, that's a great photo. How good does his vest look in that lighting?
Yeah. Well, I think you'll like the next one. There we go.
Oh, yes.
There he is giving you. I love the way the tats on his hand have come out in that one. So,
Yeah, he's got a bit of Bruce Dickinson in there, doesn't he?
really. Okay. Now it was really hard getting shots of Jake. I jumped up on stage to get a couple of drum shots, but I managed to turn away from it the entire time I had there. And you can't be on stage as a photographer for too long because people don't want to see me; they want to see you. So
I did not even notice you jumped off. You would have been right behind me as well. Oh, they're great. It would have been so hard with Jake as well because he had that projector.
I tried myself on drummer shots, but these are not. This is pretty much all I got of him, unfortunately. So, but there's an adage with music photography: is don't forget the drummer.
Yeah, well, a lot of the time they're just like a simple head, and or in this case, we're joking with Jake saying he looked like a Ninja Turtle because of the way the projector was. It was kind of giving him a bit of a
because the entire night he just had this light straight in his face from the backdrop.
Yeah, I don't think he was loving it, but Jake's great. He doesn't complain. He just gets on with it.
Yeah.
That's an in the moment shot. That is, I love that.
I mean about the look of pure bliss on your face there,
and definitely the Terminator lighting. Love it. Oh, brilliant again.
Yeah,
these are so good.
Yeah. And there's another one, Sean. So, right, it's always good to try and get some wide shots because it's difficult not to, when you're at the front, sort of getting the individual portraits, but then sort of trying to get some atmosphere shots in there. So, get the people actually enjoying themselves. I think we've got a couple of others like that coming up. So,
great. Yeah. I love that.
There we are.
Oh, that's weird. I don't have any shot that's even close to that as well. That is so unique.
Yeah.
I could see a bit of Randy Rhoads in there if I just had the white guitar.
Well, that's the that's the effect of the wide angle lens because it seems to get this a bit of a false perspective. So,
that's wicked.
Yeah, you seem to have your tongue out quite a bit, so I couldn't resist putting at least one.
I'm not sure what that's about. Must be the intense concentration.
Okay. Oh, there we go. Sorry about that.
I'm not even doing a pinch harmonic.
And there we are. There's that one you wanted the smile on your face.
My mum's gonna love that one.
So let's get back. And obviously the hair.
Yeah.
And where else are we? Now I like this one because I got the two of you together there. Yeah.
I love that. My face is kind of like that.
You're giving it some. Yeah.
Yes, great. That's also amazing. You're so good. You're so talented.
From my perspective, I was actually changing lenses around during the gig. I think this is taken with a sort of a 50mm prime. So the depth of field and there's less distortion in this, so it's more of a natural image. So
did you find? Oh, great. He's in the zone there.
Absolutely is. I mean, sorry, you were about to say?
Oh, I was going to say, did you find the lighting challenging?
It can be very challenging in a lot of gigs, especially these small clubs. If you're shooting at a large at the arena or a stadium or something, you usually can't go wrong with the lighting. Because it's bright. You got a big stage where small clubs tend to create a lot of contrast, so you end up having to shoot with a high ISO, a high sensitivity on the camera, but then that tends to blow out the highlights, and you still end up with a lot of noise in the shadows. So it takes quite a bit of editing afterwards to sort of try and rebalance stuff. So half the challenge with music photography, especially in small clubs, is getting that balance between it.
Yeah, because to me, I'm like looking at the other bands as well on that night. Like you've made the lighting look a lot better than it actually did in person. I don't know how to say that any nicer, but the way you've captured it, it's really taken it to a whole different level. Like I'm blown away.
There was a lot of smoke on stage, which meant a lot of the images came out quite hazy, so that was a little bit of a challenge.
Oh yes, that was really affecting Mick's voice at the end as well. He could barely talk after the gig. Poor guy, he was really struggling. He's like that last song, and then he was talking to Jacob afterwards, and he's like, "Yeah, the smoke machine." He's like, "The only time I've never had a problem with the smoke machine is when I've had like 8 glasses of water." So it really dries out.
Smoke is great, but it can also be an absolute nightmare because it just washes everything out. All right.
Yeah, you kind of just want that nice haze. Oh, that's
Is Mick doing his thing?
brilliant.
Now, I
Oh,
don't do much black and white these days because I tend to find that black and white is used by a lot of music photographers when they stuff up a shop because it's the way
yeah,
rest.
I feel like that's like I would do.
Yeah. But sometimes it works and it works well. But you've got to get the contrast, you've got to get the foreground background separation in there. So yeah.
That's brilliant. And I find if you do go black and white, you can kind of get away with a little bit more grain as well.
Yeah. Well, I love the grain. It reminds me of the old music magazines from the 80s that I used to read, Sounds and NME and that sort of thing. Looking at the old punk rock photos, it was always that grainy, in your face, badly exposed.
Yeah, that dirty, gritty sort of,
Absolutely.
which is everything we're trying to avoid. Oh, wow.
That was probably taken directly afterwards, sort of one shot after the other. So this is what it would look like in color.
It's very triumphant.
And yeah.
Oh, that's great. I think that's Kane as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kane Kressy.
Yeah. With this one, I mean, there's unfortunately Jacob's obscured in the background there because he came on stage for a couple of songs, and I normally wouldn't use that. I just like this one too much, but usually when you've obscured a person in the background there, you wouldn't use the shot.
That's magic. I love that. That is such a great moment. I really appreciate that because that's a shot that you don't get very often as a band as well.
Yeah.
And I love how you've kind of got rid of the barrier between the audience and what's going on stage. And you've got that moment where I love that. We're absolutely using that.
I'll send all these to you later. Don't worry. Okay. There we are. There's a.
Oh, clear horns. Nice.
I just like that one. I like the looking up into the light. It was Actually, you look like you're about to be abducted by aliens there.
I was gonna say it's got some UFO vibes. X-Files music in the background. That's a great one of Jacob and I.
Jacob's great. I mean, he was playing with Legacy Alive, the support on the night, and Legacy had been around for years as well. Oops, I think it just
yeah, and Jacob was the one. Jacob actually mixed our song as well.
Oh right, gotcha.
Yeah, he mixed it, and he's done such a great job. He's such a clever guy. Such a clever guy.
Yeah. For anyone that hasn't heard Legacy, go find them on Spotify or iTunes or wherever you go. Well worth looking up.
And such a good guitar tone and guitarist. Love that.
Oh, what is happening to this? Sorry, man.
I'm fine seeing them again.
There we go. Right, more hair.
And nice sharp hair too, not blurry hair. Very, very nice.
There's a thing that I say in music photography. It's in the air or it's got hair, you shoot it.
Okay.
Always get the jump shots and always get the hair flips. And you have some great hair flips going on.
I know. I've got some good hair. Hey, there's so much of it. I've got so much cut off.
Yeah,
wicked.
I love the triumph guitar in the air.
Yeah, and I love the truss in the background lit up. It's got a very gritty sort of industrial vibe. Oh, I've got so many smiling. I'm so many photographer that's ever got me like nice smile.
So this goes back to using the 50mm, which from a photography perspective is all like it gives a much more natural, so much more portraiture type image.
Okay, that's really good to know. Oh wow!
Again, trying to.
Oh wow, that is some hair. That is brilliant. I love it. I'm sending that to my hairdresser.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, he looks like he's got a wand.
Yeah. I'm on a Jake. So as I said, it was really difficult to get shots of him on the night. And the poor lad had the light in his eye, the projector in his face the entire time. Yeah.
All things considered, though, that's an excellent shot. Because that was so bright.
Mm.
Like he was blinded, and it actually kind of looks cool because he's got the flame on him, and it doesn't look as startling as I have seen in the footage anyway.
Yeah. And there we are. Right. And look, there's a story behind trying to get the band shot at the end, because I had the two cameras with me and I'd switched over to the 50mm away from the wide angle. And then you called me. I wasn't expecting this. You called me up onto stage to do a band shot, and I had the wrong lens on. And I'm there
I
going,
know.
hang on, I'd forgotten I'd changed lenses, and I'm sort of trying to widen it out and going, what the hell's wrong with? Oh my God, what is wrong? I can't focus. What? Then I remember that I put the 50mm on, I didn't put the 14 on anymore. So I'm switching over to the other camera, trying to get as far back as possible to get everybody in. And that was about the only decent shot I got of that lot. So sorry.
That's some great photos too, and I felt so bad. I didn't mean to like put you into panic.
So anyway,
And yeah, it's great because at least I think with the other one that Jake's dad took, my headstock was right in front of
yeah.
Jacob's face, so it's really good to get that one with Jacob in there as well.
Well, I mean, that was pretty much all I had for those. But yeah, I thought we'd just it'd be fun to run through them. There we are.
They are so brilliant. I cannot express how exciting those photos are.
Thank
You have such an eye. That is unreal. Like it's almost hard to believe that that's me in the photo. That's how good they are.
Yeah. But let's come back to that question I asked you earlier. So, as a performer, what do you need? What do you want from a photographer?
Look, I didn't even know that I needed that, but that does that make sense? I feel like the way that you've just captured the energy, it's unreal, and the clarity in your shots as well, and the balance of the lighting is sort of just like unlike any photos I've had in the past. And I feel like I've had a lot of good photographers over the years, but that is just taking it to somewhere that I just haven't seen. Like,
I didn't prompt you to say any of this. I'm feeling a little bit embarrassed.
No, I'm really overwhelmed with those shots. They are. I feel like I'm speechless almost. They are so good. And I'm not just saying that. I'm just blown away. Absolutely. They are.
Yeah.
Like, I print the whole thing now as a coffee table book, you know?
Cool.
The calendar, everything.
Well, from talking about me and start talking about you again. Tell me, in all the time you've been performing, we'll just sort of finish off with a couple of silly questions. What's your best moment on stage that you've ever had?
Best moment on stage. Oh, look, to be fair, like that launch would be up there. I took a big step back from doing original music for a very long time, and I've sort of dabbled a bit in session musicianship sort of stuff. But coming back almost full circle after nearly 10 years, that was pretty special. I would also say like Highway to Hell, that was a moment that you just know you'll never get back. I think that's the only time I really, really had stage fright in my life. I've been performing since I was 10. So I used to play saxophone before I started playing guitar.
Yeah, because a lot of people watching this won't know what Highway to Hell was.
Yeah, so that was the big state-run concert that went the stretch of Canning Highway to the freeway, like from Freo to Freeway, I think. I think there was about 100,000 people that went, and we got to headline one of the stages that was just outside the Leopold Hotel. So very hard to gauge how many people were there, but I know there was people climbing on the roofs to try and see us, and someone stole a bush, like an actual tree. It was interesting. But that was just
a big celebration of WA.
Yeah, and
on Scott, wasn't it?
Yeah. So I think that was 40 years, maybe 40 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just remember before going on stage, it was the magnitude of that level gig, because I've done so many gigs, and I just know how hard it is to work and how rare an opportunity that was, and like that personal weight, coming on stage. I'm like, I'm never going to be able to, this moment is not going to be replicated again. Like, this is like the biggest gig I'll probably ever play in my life, and I was just like, you kind of build on it, and it's like trying to just, embrace it. And I think we only played for half an hour in the end because there was a lot of delay with the trucks. So they had about 10 trucks, I think. So they had bands playing the whole length of that Canning Highway, sorry. And we had to wait until the band had finished and gone past, and then they started playing another song. We were just like, this is like everything's cutting into our set. So yeah, that was pretty hectic. But yeah, it's absolute couldn't
Okay.
what a moment.
I got to ask you, that was your greatest moment. What was your worst moment on stage?
Almost the same gig. I was actually getting lined up to do my big solo in Whole Lot of Rosie, and because we'd been cut down to half an hour, it's kind of more just like I didn't get to really show off kind of thing. So I've kind of gone to start playing Whole Lot of Rosie, and I'd actually killed my wireless cable just from like banging it into my leg. And I was fortunately very sharp and actually had a spare cable right at my feet. So I got to plug it in and only missed about 10, 20 seconds of the solo. But what was really funny afterwards is one of the comments were that we were lip syncing sort of thing. Like, so the singer was, they thought the singer was singing, but she thought she was just playing to a backing track. And then I just thought that was so bizarre. I was like, went to the length of faking technical difficulties. But I think when you spin it the other way, it's actually a really, really good compliment. So I'm not going to take that one to heart. But that was up there as not a great moment on stage, but just from it's just the magnitude of the moment. Otherwise, I don't know. There's a lot of them I can just look back and laugh. When they haven't gone to plan. Like I've done some very, very interesting gigs, and none of them have been too horrible. There's always like a bit of a laugh. It's like, oh, this gig was so dodgy. We didn't have vocals the entire set, but then we got it working at the end, so we just did the whole set again. Sort of things that like they're not big stadium shows, so it's low risk, and you can have some very cool stories at the end of it as well.
Okay, we'll just sort of pretty much finish up with if you were giving some advice to somebody just starting out in the music business, what would you say to them?
I would say work with the right people and find the right people. So something that I've developed over the years is I would prefer someone not to be, say, as skilled as their instrument, but you can tell if they're going to have the attitude where they're going to work hard and going to contribute and going to gel well with the band, I would pick that person, because I feel like you can support them and they're going to grow skill, and you can kind of be fluid and work with the level that they're at. Whereas I feel like if you're making those sort of compensations as a band to someone that's not going to gel or kind of aren't going to put in the effort, I feel that's the weak link that will always hold you back. And I think that's one. I don't know, I can rattle this off for probably an hour. I think another really big one is have vision. So I feel like that's what a lot of local bands struggle with a little bit, which is not don't mean that in a negative sense, but I feel that because there's no clear path for music, that's why I feel like it needs a lot of consideration. So with me studying, for example, I know at the end I'll get a degree, and with that degree I can get a job. Music, that doesn't have that pathway, and it's very, very hard to find your pathway to be how can we make this a sustainable thing. It's music's all or nothing. You're going to be eating off scraps, or you can be touring the world constantly and buying Ferraris. There's not really any in between. So I feel like you need to have vision and you need to have goals. Otherwise, it's like you're kind of just swimming in the ocean, not knowing where you're going to head. And I experienced this a lot through my 20s, where I was just like, I'm going to be in 5 bands at a time. I was either rehearsing or gigging up to 8 times a week, going between Mandurah and Joondalup, doing like 1,000 Ks. And there was so much effort going in, and it wasn't really pushing me forward in ways that counted, I guess. Like, I learnt a lot. There's a lot of that behind the scenes stuff that happens, but I feel like it wasn't taking me where I wanted to be at the time. And I was just saying yes to any distraction that came my way. So it's like, do you want to be in this band? And just saying yes to a lot of projects that probably weren't in my interests long term. So I feel like that's really important advice, is to kind of sense where you're going. And, you know, sometimes people kind of look at it as in like, not wanting to be a rock star can be a bit of an egotistical thing, where I feel like it's not. I feel like you need to have dreams and you need to have vision about where you want to be. And the only difference is whether you're humble about it as well. So just don't have an ego, basically. Shoot high, don't have an ego, and don't be afraid to fail. Like, failure is how you learn. Like, there's that old saying with like bodybuilders and that, the muscle growth comes from the point where you're actually reaching failure. So don't be afraid of it. It's just embrace it. Like, I've failed so many times, like, and it doesn't matter. And you'll just come out stronger with more knowledge. Like, I can't tell you the road to success. I can tell you lots of ways that don't lead to it. But I feel like it just brings you round as a person, and just go for it. You've got absolutely nothing to lose by trying as hard as you can.
Absolutely brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Just finally, where can we find you on socials? Just for anybody who wants to look you up and find your music.
So we're Parabelum
Yeah.
band, I think, on Facebook and Instagram. We haven't-
Parabellum with one out, isn't it?
Sorry? Yeah,
Parabellum.
one L. Yeah, we spelled wrong.
Yeah.
Strategically. No, it was like a design thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like the file from when we were first starting the band was actually spelt wrong. But then when I was sort of drawing up the logo, 2 L's together when you're doing the foot,
Yeah.
put it, can kind of really stretch out the word. Then I was kind of like, well, if I put the B in the middle, and then it kind of evens out nice. And there was a band in the 90s that was spelt correctly with Parabellum. So I was like, with Parabellum spelt wrong, makes it a little bit more unique as well.
But
So yeah, there was some strategy behind it. So yeah, we're on Facebook. We don't have much of an Instagram presence at the moment, and we're meant to be getting on TikTok at some point probably, but I don't know. I'm not good with the whole social media thing.
obviously, Darkness to Light is on YouTube.
Yes.
On Spotify,
Yeah,
iTunes.
yeah, it's on all major streaming platforms.
Fantastic. So anyone can go and find it. Right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you.
And we will catch up again very soon. I'm sure of it. I'll definitely see you at the next gig.
Thank you so much again, Pete. You're amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Stop flattering me. That's fine. All right. Okay. And I have to say the same to you. I mean, every time I see you play live, I am absolutely blown away. You're just phenomenal. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate those words.
Cheers. And thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Thank you.